Ukraine invasion and Bay Area real estate. Invasion is not a solution when we are so educated and civilized. Hi, I'm Amol Heda with Keller Williams Bay Area Estates and author of Thriving Through Ownership. Invasion is not a solution when we are so intelligent, educated, and civilized. I thank one of the video illustrators to have explained the difference between a war and invasion. A war is when two countries are equal in strength or somewhere there and have some big reason for conflict and they go at each other. Invasion, on the other hand, is something where one country goes on at another country which is way less powerful and has not that big of a reason to go at war. I'm extremely sorry. We are all deeply saddened because of this, and we should do our bit. I'm going to donate and I'm going to try to do whatever little bit I can going forward. Well, I'm not a politician and I don't understand invasions or wars. So I'm going to stick to what is going to affect real estate, and that too in the Bay Area. Let's talk about it through 4 eyes. Number 1 is the inventory. Number 2 is the interest. Number 3, inflation. And of course, we'll have to watch what is going to go on with the 4th eye, invasion. Inventory has become a big problem ever since the pandemic. More renters are becoming homeowners, and that has sapped the inventory completely. And so we don't see many listings, and because there are not that many listings and yet renters wanting to become homeowners, we are seeing that astronomical price rise. Number 2, interest rates. With the kind of inflation that we are seeing, look at the gas prices at the pumps. We are seeing $6 now. Look at all the groceries that you buy. They have gone up 25-30%. So just on the 10th of March, the Feds recorded 7.6% inflation here in the US, highest in the last 40 years. So watch out. When inflation rises, the Feds will control it by adjusting the interest rates. So those two things are very closely related. The third eye is the inflation, which is what we talked about, but inflation is out of control and we cannot just now predict that the inflation will suddenly come back to normal. You're going to see the inflation tamper a little bit, but once this price hike starts, it does not easily go down. Once people see higher prices, they don't like to bring the prices down. Do we like to see our home value go down ever? So that's the same way. When people are dealing in commodities, that's what happens. Now let's talk about the war and its impact here. This invasion, I don't want to call it a war, is not being fought on our soil here in the US. This invasion is fought in Russia and Ukraine. With that said, it does not have a direct impact on housing here. In fact, things are going very strong. Whenever I write an offer, we tend to lose by about 300 to 700-800K. Not just that, I have seen outbids of about $1 million in the market. People say it's crazy. I say it's what is reflected based on how money is flowing and how the numbers work out for us. Lastly, Bay Area is a hotbed of great companies, lot of business, and hence a lot of money is transacted here. So we are going to see some activity from all these big companies stopping their business with Russia. So even though we are not a country in war or on the land where we see war, we are going to see some effects right here in the Bay Area. A lot of high value Russian money is invested here in the Bay Area. Watch out for that. San Mateo County just declared that we should divest any Russian interest. So anything that has to do with Russia, San Mateo County is saying those investments should be reduced. So you are going to see some impacts. So let's wrap up. I'm not going to give you guidance at this point. I'm going to ask you to watch the 4 I's. The first, inventory, interest, inflation, and this invasion. As if the pandemic was not enough, we have all this. Was this video helpful? If yes, please share with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe and hit on the bell button so that you get notified. Talk to you soon. Bye.